Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Provence. So we've got just a few things going on in the yard, and then we're going to wrap up our silage harvest. Soybeans are harvesting, and we've got one other, I don't want to call it a surprise, we got one other thing going on. So first thing is, at the farm, in the yard, I sold our 12-meter seeder and planter and replaced them with 9-meter Horsch. Again, because we're kind of sticking with Horsch on this map. But this is from base game. This is not from the Horsch DLC. 9-meter, arguably, still a little bit big for this map. But there are some bigger fields that we will get into out toward the west of the map. Some bigger fields where I think 9 meters appropriate. If it weren't for those big fields, I would say 6-meter, but definitely not the 12-meter that we had. So got rid of that stuff. Made a little money, too, because we sold them for, I believe, about $125,000 a piece, and these were like 101,000 or something to replace. Right over here, you want to run? We'll run. Also replaced our cultivator. We had a 10.2 meter cultivator Horsch, and I replaced it with a 6-meter, right? So we got that going, and I debated selling our 8R tractor, and ultimately I did keep it because we are going to be moving on to those big fields out to the west. But for the moment, I think we could have sold it. Had we sold it, though, we would have needed to replace it with a third tractor. I don't know if I can do 2 tractors on this map. Actually, we're going this way. I don't know if I could do 2 tractors on this map. I think I would do a third. So we would sell the 8R and then replace it with something comparable in size to probably our 6 or our 7, right? And that would just cost us a lot of money. We'd take the hit, and we wouldn't necessarily... You know what I mean? So I'm going to hang on to the 8R. It's a little too big. It's a little too big. I'm not pretending otherwise. But definitely got rid of the 12-meter seeder and planter. And I'll show you one other thing that we swapped out as well. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yep. The planter, the seeder, the cultivator. Yeah, and there's one other thing. You'll see that momentarily. So we are running right up here. Because this morning, today's the 14th, there were actually a ton of good mods on the mod hub today, 14th of May. And one of them is, I guess it's a free DLC. This is the Holmer Terra Variant DLC. This is an odd piece of kit. This has been around, I think I've seen it back to FS19 from Giants. It's an odd piece of kit. It is. I want to like it, and yet I don't. It's a very strange thing. So we rented this. We're not going to buy it. We rented this. And we're just going to play with it a little bit, test it out a little bit, and most likely never use it again. But I thought it would be fun to kind of mess with it a little bit. And it comes in 2 variants. One is a work chassis, and then you just put whatever you want on it. And it's got tipper bodies. It's got, in this case, a slurry tank. It's got a variety of things you can put on it. It's a cool piece of kit, I have to admit. It's just not... It's not for me. Hard to explain. It's just not for me. And then the other variant you can get is it's got a slurry tank on it as a hard body, right? And you stuck with it, right? You can't swap it out to a tipper or anything else. So that's what we rented. And I guess, let's see what we're doing here. I also, hey. That's not what I wanted. I wanted you to, no, okay. When I try to select a worker, and it could be because it's rented, when I try to select our advanced worker panel, it just goes straight to hiring the worker. So perhaps that's because we leased, perhaps it's whatever. But regardless, here we go. All right. And they're spreading. Okay. And as I said, it's a beautiful model. Looks good, works good. Going a little bit fast. Let's slow that down. Looks good, works good, just not my style. I want it to be, though, because it's so cool. Hang on. Leap of faith. And we want to slow this down to, let's slow it down to about 12 kilometers an hour. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. That's working. It's going to run out of slurry pretty quick. It's really burning through it. Interesting. Went through 14% on one pass. So that gives about 7 passes. Okay, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If it runs out, I'll just take it back off camera and refill it. That is the Holmer Terra Variant free DLC, and it is on the Giants Mod Hub as we speak. So check that out if you're into it. What else is up there? The CSZ toolkit. I don't know what to call it. It's the... did that used to be Black Lion? I don't know. Modding Passion. It's a set of front loader and telehandler and wheel loader tools, and I believe there are about, I don't know, I want to say maybe 1 million of them. It is really an unbelievably comprehensive mod pack. Now, in honesty, I will say that you can get conflicts with it. It's very, there's a lot going on there. It's very in-depth. So you may get some mod conflicts. I know in the past that has been the case with me with that set, but it's a really good set. It's beautiful. And it's got a lot of sort of added functionalities that, or at least in 17 it did, where, if you bought there was like a kind of a squeezer for pallets, where it was pallet forks at the bottom, and then it had kind of a squeezer on top. But it came in 2 pieces, and you had to like kneel down next to it, open your F1 menu, and make all these adjustments, like press N to loosen the bolt, press plus or minus to move the, you know what I mean? And then press N to tighten the bolt. It was very in-depth. I don't know if you're into that sort of thing. From a certain angle, it was really just kind of tedious and disappointing. But if you're into that kind of detail, that set, it had it in 17. I don't know if it still does. Whoa, easy. I don't know if it still does, but it's the same mod maker, and it looks like essentially the same kit. Holy smokes, people so angry. So angry. How do we want to do this? All right. That was not what I wanted to happen. We got this. We got this. Possibly. And then we come in around here. Beautiful. Is that going to do it? No. Moment. That's going to do it. There we go. And what else is in there? There's another slurry spreader. And it's a mod based on the Kata Garant, I guess. I've seen a lot of those made by various mod makers, and they're all really good, I have to say. They're all really good. It seems like a simple kind of mod. I mean, it's just a poo spreader, a liquid poo spreader. Why would you put a lot of thought and effort into that? But apparently some mod makers do, and they're really, like, all of them are really cool, and there's several of them on the Mod Hub. So there's a new one out today, 14th as well, and maybe something else there. I can't remember off the top of my head. So check that out by all means. We're going to... All right. I don't know if there's no collision on that tree, or if collisions on a piece of equipment turns off when it's on a worker in the same way that crop destruction turns off, because that forage harvester just went right through that tree. Okay, this is going good. This is going good. And we got one more row to do here, and when we're done with this, we should have approximately 400,000 liters in the bunker. So we're going to make some good money from this, and we recovered a little bit of money when we traded down in our equipment. So I think we're going to be okay on this map. But I'll tell you, I'll be real with you. I don't know where I'm going with this map. It's not boring. It's not a boring map. It's just kind of a, I don't know. It's not the most interesting map. It's not the prettiest. It doesn't have the most detail. It doesn't have the most variety. I don't dislike it. But are we going forward a little bit more? A little bit more? There it goes. It's, careful. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't dislike it, but compared to Holzer map, I know it's not fair to do that, to compare one map to another, but don't we all do that? Don't you sort of have to do that? I know ideally we would only ever measure a map on its own merit, but I think just as people, it's a part of what we do. You know, we rank things, we rate things. Sir? There it goes. So compared to something like Holzer map, which I'm really digging, top 10, top 5 map for me, lifetime, love it, you know that. This map is perhaps a little bland. Lancey Boy's Irish map is coming out. I'm really looking forward to that. There seems to be a bit of radio silence, I have to say. And I don't know if it's already been submitted for the mod contest. I won't, I'm not going to try to accurately quote or portray anything that I've seen on his Discord. If you want to check that out, I would say, you know, you should probably do that yourself so that you get the information directly from the Discord, and rather than me try to, you know what I mean? But the vibe that I got was the map is done, maybe? I don't know. It's been submitted? I don't know. But I'm looking forward to that as well. So I sort of want to keep a slot open on the channel for that. So hang on. Uh-oh. Run. Because we got half a row here, and we're going to have our sprayer way out over the road, and I don't want that. We got this. Birds. Oh, we missed a little bit of corn down here. Leap of faith. Right. What do we got left? 17%. Do you just want to do this ourselves? Because there's also a little patch right here. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it ourselves. We'll do it live. Do we need to turn this thing on? Or we just need to lower it? Just lower it. That's it. Okay. 4-wheel steering is nice. It really is. Particularly for something like this with kind of tight corners. Now the hedges are not straight up next to the field, but when you've got tight headlands, that 4-wheel steering is just key. And I feel like I've learned my lesson on Holzer map with these sorts of boom sprayers. You know, how tricky they can be, and as far as getting caught on things, snagging on things. Being kind of careful with that. I think I may stick with just a spreader in the interim. And in fact, I'm curious about something. Let's lift this. Let's fold this. Fold it. Let's check something out while I'm thinking about it. Then we're going to drop that silage off, and then I'm going to show you one other thing. So if we go to the store, and we go to trucks, which is where I bought this. Was it? No, of course it wasn't. Miscellaneous? Yep, there it is. So if we buy this one, or lease it, or whatever, does it have a sprayer on it from the jump? Is that a spray nozzle right there? I can't tell. You know how we could tell? No, because it doesn't have a width. It doesn't have a width. You have to have an attachment on the back of it. Okay. I was curious if you could use that just as a sprayer, and I don't think you can. Right. Check for traffic. Safety first. Brake is off. Here we go. We're merging. Eventually, we're merging. Here we go. Here we go. So we'll get this dropped off. We'll drive over to our combine harvester. We'll get that emptied out, and I believe that will be it for today. So we finished our silage. We tested our Holmer Terra Variant. Did I say that right? Holmer Terra Variant, yeah. We tested that, and we brought in the bulk of our soybeans. I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, cool. And then I'll clamp this bunker. I'll do that off camera as well. And when we come back, I don't know what we'll be into. We'll be into something. But you see what I mean about this map? It's a great map. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I just feel sort of adrift on it. I'm just really not sure what to do with it. Right. Looks a little empty on this side. Carefully. Carefully. Between the steering axle and me being kind of an excitable boy, I tend to jackknife these things like crazy. Right. And yeah, I think, like I said, we're on about 400,000 when this is all emptied out. So that should be about 200,000 we make. And we really, I mean, we're not going to have money problems because we can do this anytime we want. As far as the silage, we can do this anytime we want. And soybeans and everything else, plus those horses that we got, those are going to be worth, we got what, 6 of them? So those are going to be worth 300,000 euro. So I don't think we have any money worries. And other than that, I don't, yeah, I'm just really sort of not sure what to do with this map. So it goes. So it goes. All right, we're going across the bridge here. It is pretty, though. It is a pretty map. We're going across the bridge here, and I think this field, I just got a message that, yeah, our combine harvester is done. So let's pull this up right over here, and we'll hop in our 6 series that has a little crumpa tipper on it. I swapped out, that was the last thing that I swapped out in terms of trading down equipment, size-wise. Right, gonna leave that running. I traded out our crumpa Bandit 900 for a Bandit 750. Traded out a 3-axle for a 2-axle. A little bit smaller, a little bit more realistic, a little bit easier to handle on this map. Here we go. But still black, of course. Of course. Right. And we're on 12,000 now. I want to say there's probably another 7,000, 8,000 in the harvester, and then one more field to go. We'll have maybe, I don't know, 25,000 when we're all said and done, and that should be worth about 30,000 euro. I mean, it sort of pales in comparison to silage. It always has, though. That's always been the way of farm sim. If you can just get silage going, you'll be fine. Or in this case, silage or horses. Although I've been thinking that the horses that I have going on Holzer map, I've been thinking that's how all my horses are going to be. And that may be, they may be scripted on Holzer in a way that they are not scripted anywhere else. So I don't know. Maybe we won't get that much money. The horses on Holzer map, they're like thoroughbred stud race horses. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess all thoroughbreds are race horses, but you know what I'm saying. They're like some kind of elite lineage. They're worth a fortune. It's crazy. Is this our thumbnail? No. You know what? Let's not have this as a thumbnail because we've got that Holmer. Although that's not a bad thumbnail. We've got that Holmer. We'll make that our thumbnail. But we will end the episode here, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Provence. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.